Hello, my friend! Welcome back to your English class. It's so good to see you here. Excellent. How are you feeling today? Okay, talk to me. The more you talk, the more you feel confident to communicate in English. And I am here to serve you. Today, we study how to pronounce the regular verbs in the past. English grammar is very simple. To put the verbs in the past, you just add ed at the end of the verb. For example, play. In the past, played. Walk. In the past, walked. Explain. In the past, explained. Talk. In the past, talked. What else? Recommend. In the past, recommended. Intend. In the past, intended. Want. In the past, wanted. Here on my screen I have stay determined. Determine in the present. In the past, determined. We have three sounds for this ed that we add at the end of the verb. We have d, t, and id. Only these three intonations. And we're going to study them. Simple, easy, nice to study. My intention here is to see you improving your English and having fun. But before we start, let's just get prepared. I want to read part of this book to you. You will see the verb in the past in context. And this part of the book is just beautiful. 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. This is beautiful. Listen to this. Consider your circumstances. Start small. Have you taken full advantage of the opportunities offered to you? Are you working hard on your career or even your job? Or are you letting bitterness and resentment hold you back and drag you down? Have you made peace with your brother? Are you treating your spouse and your children with dignity and respect? Do you have habits that are destroying your health and well-being? Are you truly shouldering your responsibilities? Have you said what you need to say to your friends and family members? Are you there? You see, we need to leave the cell phone on flight mode. I was reading and it started to ring. Flight mode. Are there things that you could do, that you know you could do, that would make things around you better? Have you cleaned up your life? If the answer is no, here's something to try. Start to stop doing what you know to be wrong. Start stopping today. Now let's breathe. Release your body, your arms, your shoulders. Release your body. we're going to stretch up, okay? You cross your fingers and stretch up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Release your shoulders. Now to the front. Let's go. You count for us, okay? Please start. You count. 1, you. 2. All right. Release your arms. Now you are going to do this. You are going to open your arms and you're going to look up. Let's count to 10 and you count for us, okay? 1, 2. All right. Release your arms, release your shoulders. Now let's breathe. 10 times, okay? We breathe in, we hold, and we breathe out. Let's go. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. When you breathe out, you relax your muscles, okay? Hold. Breathe in. Three more. The last one. All right. Move your body. Release your legs. Move your legs. Move your feet. I am rotating my feet. You can't see my feet, but I'm rotating it. Okay. All right. Organize the place you're going to study. If you can, please close the window, close the door, isolate noise. Let's concentrate during this class. It's your time to learn, to have fun, to improve your skills. All right? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's see how we pronounce the regular verbs in the past. In English, if I want to show that this verb is in the past, I add ed at the end of the verb. And we have 3 different intonations for that. T, d, and id. Let's start with the intonation id. We pronounce id for the verbs ending in T and D. For example, admit. In the past, admitted. Admitted. Repeat, please. Admitted. Yeah. I admitted I was wrong. I wasn't admitted in the Federal University of my state. I didn't pass. I tried, but I didn't pass. I wasn't admitted. I wanted to study law, but I ended up studying international relations. See, I wanted, the past of verb want, wanted. I wanted to study law. I ended up, and in the past ended. I ended up studying international relations. My classes ended at 10 p.m. I studied hard, my friend. The verb decide. In the past, decided. I decided I was going to be a good professional, so I studied very hard. The verb suggest. In the past, suggested. My wife suggested me to play tennis. Intend. Intend. In the past, intended. She intended to play. I intended to go. It means I had the intention to go. I intended to go. So verbs ending in D and T, the intonation is id. When the verb ends in P, F, S, SH, CH, K, we pronounce T. Stop. I stopped the car. Cross. I crossed the street. Check. I checked my phone. Walk. I walked yesterday with my kids. Finish. I finished my master's degree. Talk. I talked to my friends last night. You see, the intonation is T. I talked. I stopped. I crossed the street. We walked together. I finished my master's degree. And the rest of the verbs, we use the intonation D. D. She allowed me to go. I'm talking about my wife. She allowed me to go. She gave me the permission to go out. Oh my goodness. We cried when we watched that film. We cleaned the school together. We played tennis together. Now please, it's your turn. Now before you produce, let me play something so then you can see these verbs in context. 3, 2, 1. I have repeated a mistake with money. Trying to earn, trying to gain, trying to have more return of my investment. I have taken risks and I have lost money. Yes, now it's your turn. Please comment here 3 sentences using the verbs in the past. I want to read your sentences. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Let's see here how we pronounce the regular verbs in the past. We start by writing Mr. Felipe Dib ED. How to pronounce. The regular verbs in the past, we add ed. So let's see examples and the intonation of this ed at the end of the verb. When the verb ends in D and T. When the verb ends in D and T, we pronounce it. Let's see. Suggest. In the past, suggested. Recommend. In the past, recommended. Want. In the past, wanted. End. In the past, ended. Start. In the past, started. Now please repeat. Suggested. Yes, speak. Speak, okay? Recommended. Recommended. Okay. Wanted. Wanted. Yes. Wanted. Okay. Ended. Ended. Started. Started. Speak. Started. Okay. All right. Why? Now let's see examples. I suggested a new class. They recommended your classes. I wanted to improve my English. We ended this course. She started a book. When the verb ends in D and T, we pronounce id. Id. D and T, we pronounce id. I suggested a new class. They recommended your classes. I wanted to improve my English. We ended this course. She started a book. All right? When the verb ends in D and T, the sound of ed is id. She started a book. We ended this course. I wanted to improve my English. They recommended your classes. I suggested a new class. Okay? Let's go for the next intonation. This is simple, my dear. When the verb ends in P, F, S, CH, SH, and K, the intonation is T. Not T. I stopped the car. She crossed the street. We walked together. They talked to me. We pronounce T for the ED. Let's see the verbs. Stop. Laugh. Walk. Talk. Promise. And then you ask me, but this ends in E. Okay, but the sound is S, the sound of S. Finish. Watch. In the past, all these verbs are regular. So in the past, we just add ed. Stopped. Left. Walked. Talked. Promised. The verb ends in E. We just add D. Finished. Watched. Now let's invent sentences. I stopped the car. She laughed a lot. We walked together. He talked to me. I promised I'd study more. We finished a nice text. goodness, my letter is crazy. We watched a movie on Sunday. Now let's repeat these verbs. Stopped. Repeat. Stopped. Left. Speak. Listen to your voice. If there are people around you, no problem. Speak. Let them listen to you speaking English. Left. Walked. Talked. Repeat. Talked. Promised. Promised. Finished. 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 Watched. 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 All right. So, we are pronouncing these ends here with t, t. I walked with you. We talked in English. We finished one class. We watched a video. She promised me. You stopped a bad habit. Okay? Verbs that end in P, F, S, CH, SH, and K. T. Let's go. Now, all the other verbs. D, 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 d. You will not hear or say a verb, a regular verb in the past with id. No. It's id, watched, recommended. The verbs ending in D and T, you pronounce id. The verbs end in P, F, S, H, C, H, K, you pronounce T. We walked. They watched. I stopped. We finished. All the other verbs, you pronounce d, d. Let's see them. Let's see the verbs. Imagine. In the past, imagined. Allow. In the past, allowed. Enjoy. In the past, enjoyed. Clean. In the past, cleaned. Cry. In the past, cried. Now, let's invent examples for them. I imagined you speaking English. He allowed it. We enjoyed the dinner. I cleaned my bedroom. We cried that day. Now repeat the verbs. Imagined, imagined. Repeat, imagined. Okay. Allowed, allowed. Enjoyed. Repeat, enjoyed. Okay. Cleaned, cleaned. Cried, cried. Okay. Now, I'll play a song to you so then you can see the verbs in the past in context. 3, 2, 1.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie screen. Said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I'm the one who dance on the floor in the round. She says I'm the one who dance on the floor in the round. Reveling in a fried out combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, do you come from a land down under, where women blow and men plunder?
Yes. You see? We use these verbs in context. And maybe you were asking yourself, okay, what about the negative and interrogative? Simple. The negative and interrogative, you don't use the ed. For example, you want to make this a question. Did I imagine you speaking English? He allowed it. Want to make it a question? Okay. Did he allow it? We enjoyed the dinner. Negative. We didn't enjoy the dinner. I cleaned my bedroom. Negative. I didn't clean my bedroom. We cried that day. Want to make this a question? Did we cry that day? Do you understand? Comment 3 examples here using the verbs in the past. I want to see your examples. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Once we were here. All the cousins. You know when cousins get together, right? Normally, the older cousins make fun of the younger cousins. This is a rule in every family, and mine was not different. And I had the privilege, the blessing of being one of the youngest. And we were here for the weekend. And our oldest, it was night, and it started to rain. And it was cold. And there is a wood oven inside the house. And all the cousins were there around this wood oven, around the fire. And it started to rain. And this oldest cousin, Bruno, he said, "Hey guys, why don't we walk until the tomb? There's a tomb here, about 1 kilometer away from here. An old guy who had the farm, and he died here about 200 years ago. But we keep this tomb. Dad always kept this tomb, has always taken care of this tomb. And there is a cross there, a wooden cross. Maybe you've seen this place in one of our videos. Said, okay. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, it's raining, it's cold, it's dark. What are we doing there? Why does Bruno want to go there? And why does he want to take all of us together? Of course, he wanted to scare us. Okay, said, let's go. Bruno took a flashlight, turned on the flashlight on his face, like putting the light up, and he started to give his speech. We are going to walk until the tomb. You follow me. If you hear something, stay quiet. I'm going to lead us to the tomb. And we were like, okay, let's go. And we started to walk. And we walked until the fence, which is about 200 meters away from here. We arrived there, and we waited for Bruno's directions. And he, with that flashlight, turned to us and said, I think it's dangerous. And we said, okay, let's go back home then. He said, no, now let's finish our mission. Let's get to the tomb. And turned back and walked. And we followed him. My heart was almost leaving my throat, but I was there. When we arrived there, we arrived at the tomb. Bruno said, okay, now let's be quiet and listen to the noise. And man, when you are in touch with nature, at night, with rain, there are a lot of things going on. There is so much going on in the nature. And of course, what happened next? We heard strange noises, of course. And all the cousins started to say, hey, I'm listening to something. Hey, could you listen to that? Hey, did you see? There is something there. Let's go back home. And Bruno, the leader, the oldest cousin, started to run. Imagine all the kids running. Now imagine the younger guys, and I was one of them, trying to follow the older guys. Thank God everyone survived. Thank God everyone got back home. But for sure, that day was scary. And now I ask you, why do older brothers and cousins like to make fun with the little ones? Why do they have pleasure having fun with the younger ones? Who is someone from your family who likes to do these things? Comment here. 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. Excellent. We're finishing one more class. I love to see you here, and you know why. But I can repeat if you don't remember. I love it because it means you're progressing. And progress means happiness, my dear. When you are progressing, you are happy. When you are walking, you're happy. Today we studied how to pronounce the regular verbs in the past. And I selected some verbs to read to you. The verbs that end in D and T, we pronounce id, you know. So the verb want. I wanted to see you yesterday. And we ended last class very fast. Decide. You decided to learn English to improve your skills. Admit. I admitted a mistake I made last week. It was with my mom. Suggest. I suggested you to watch our classes at voceaprendeagora.com. Start. We started this class about 1 hour ago. Less, maybe 45 minutes ago. The next, verbs that end with this sound of D, F, S, H, C, X, K, we pronounce T. Stop. In the past, I stopped to see that photo. Laugh. I laughed a lot yesterday when I met my friends. Promise. I promised you that you would improve your abilities if you studied with us. Watch. You watched 2 English classes last week. I wanted to see you watching classes every day. If you can do it, please do it. Finish. We finished this class. See that the intonation is T. And for all the other verbs, the intonation is D. You allowed your family to call you when they need. Yesterday, my daughter Lulu cried because she was a bit sick. I enjoyed teaching this class to you. Last night, I cleaned my toilet. Last year, I imagined that we could make these classes to you. And thank God they are a reality right now. Comment 5 examples here using verbs in the past. I want to read your sentences. The more you participate, the more opportunities you have. Yes. Thank you very much. I am Felipe Dib. See you next class.